Did you have something specific you wanted to talk about?
Actually, that's the thing about this show.
Yeah.
There's nothing specific about it. Yeah. That don't mean you're just going to come here and boss me around. Yes, my podcast is not about anything, but don't think you're just going to dictate.
I mean, I feel like that's just the nature of the business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if someone shows up in a bathrobe, they get to tell you what to do. That's literally how that works.
Okay. Oh, have we started? Okay. How did the bathrobe start?
Do you want the real? Okay. This is the real. I've seen the podcast. It's real. The real story is this. So when I was in high school, okay, I was that guy. Okay. I played basketball. I was, like popular kid, always in trouble, this and that. But I was also a very good student, like an excellent student. So much so that I was valedictorian student. But
I believe that. Wait. Valedictorian student. Were you actually the valedictorian, or did you have a conversation with the val and he was like, "I'm smarter"?
No, I was smarter than the other girl that was in the runnings for it. And yes, I was. But this is why I say that. So I was a smart ass. I was all the things. All the things. So it comes to taking the SATs, right? So, they say dress comfortable. So at the time, I didn't know what to wear. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, so I had this SpongeBob bathrobe that was my favorite thing to wear in the house. Yeah. So I wore that.
That's in the house.
I just felt I was wearing it. I was running late and I was just like, yo, I'm going to go. And I walked. That was back when people walked to school, right? So I walked to school.
People probably walk to school now.
I don't feel like as many people. I feel like they get Waymos to school. Like they have a lot going on.
If you live close to the school, you got the luxury of walking to the school.
I feel like there's a significant amount of people who don't walk to school. Way more than it used to be.
If I walk to school, that meant I missed the bus.
Yeah, see, I mean, as far. Like, I feel like now if kids miss the bus, someone gives them a ride. Like they're not just, and I'll tell you this because in LA, you don't see like gang of kids walking to and from school.
I do.
Where do you live?
I live in Glendale.
Okay. Maybe in Glendale, it's a little more of a suburb.
The kids be walking to, maybe they run the streets at that time.
Just because it's also a lot of ethnic kids. It's a lot of ethnic kids that are going to school there maybe.
Everybody wearing all black.
Yeah, I don't feel like
Hot Topic.
They're Armenian.
Sold out. No. The Mexican is a lot. There's a lot of different minorities, and they all got on all black. I don't know what's going on, but they all got on all black
because the youth. They like works
being
for everybody.
Hot. They like being hot. They like being sweaty.
I wear a lot of black, so I get it. But I was going to take that SAT test. I'm walking, and when I get there, so my sub-school principal, it was broken up into sub-schools. My sub-school's principal did not fuck with me.
This sounded like a good school.
Yeah, it was.
My school just had school.
Here's the thing.
I don't know if we had sub-schools.
In D.C., outside of D.C., right outside D.C., are the best schools in the country just
District
because.
of Columbia?
Exactly.
Okay.
When you're in the suburbs, like the Virginia side or the Maryland side, you're going to top-notch schools because all the congressmen, senators, and I'm talking about public schools. No one goes to private school.
Yeah.
Like most people don't, unless you're religious or something, you won't go to a private school.
Gotcha.
Because the public schools are so good. So I go to the school. My sub-school principal did not like me because I was always bending, breaking the rules.
Okay.
The principal of the school liked me. And then the person who was above him, who was in charge of sub-school, all the sub-schools who happened to be black also really liked me. So I go to take to SATs and the sub-school principal tells me I'm not appropriately dressed. And instead of being like, he's like, it's a house coat. And I was like, that's just because you call it that. It could be anything I want. Look, it's a sweater. Like, I was like, it's arbitrary. And he was like, you're not dressed. And I was like, so that girl wearing a halter top, she's dressed. And that guy wearing flip-flops and a short, he's dressed. But if I take this off, I'm dressed. But because I have extra article clothing on, I'm not dressed. I need the principal. He didn't want to get the principal. The janitor went and got the principal.
That's wild. For the SAT?
Yes. He was not letting me in. And I was already late.
This is so wild, you can't go to college.
Exactly. And the clock was, and they closed the door. The proctor's there.
Right.
And the proctor, back then it felt like the proctor's so old. It's just some college kid. It's like.
I mean, they're from the board.
Exactly. So it's like, board. You're the person.
Yeah.
So they didn't really have anything to say. So before that, Miss Cox, shout out to Miss Cox, came up and was like, of course he can take the test. Like, this is ridiculous. Let me take the test.
Yeah.
So I go take the test. This is stressful right before I take the test.
Right, that's
I take
crazy.
the test. I come out. That whole weekend, all I did was research. I was look at the school laws. And I was like, there is nothing in these bylaws that says I cannot wear a bathrobe. So on Monday, I go to school in a bathrobe.
Okay.
So I'm in 11th grade. I go take this. I show up in a bathrobe. He tries to give me suspension. So I fought it and won. And I started wearing bathrobe to school, except on game days, because playing is a privilege, not a right.
Yeah.
So we would have to dress up. So I was wearing a bathrobe, like not all the time, but like most of the time. And then I did it in college.
So you just became Ghostface in high school.
Exactly. And I got it from this gangster named Vinny the Chin. He used to wear a bathrobe so he looked like he was invalid, so the FBI wouldn't arrest him.
Okay.
Okay. So come through. I win. I don't get the suspension. Doesn't stick. I appeal it. I win. And then SAT scores come back. I got a perfect SAT. All of a sudden, everybody loves me. I'm the darling of the school. Little colored kid. Got laughing. Bro, I got this thing.
You got a perfect SAT?
Yeah. So
we're going to have to search your bathrobe, sir.
So then I go up there. I give the speech in my bathrobe. I give the speech in my bathrobe.
No, this is
not the valedictorian. I'm talking about the speech for, I got Amber gave it was like the tie, and they didn't let me speak. They let her speak, but I had my bathrobe under my robe.
We don't know Amber.
Amber's this girl who
so
also
what
became
speech did you give? What
this
is
was
the speech?
Because when I got a perfect SAT, I got this thing called what is the name of that scholarship SAT thing they gave me? They gave me an award. And then it was like a big award. And everybody, like the auditorium, they had the whole school there.
Oh, you got a whole thing for getting a perfect score in the SAT in the bathroom.
Exactly. And then I went up there in a bathrobe and I gave the speech where I was like, I have a dream speech. This was the speech where I was like, boxes are meant for things and not people, and that small-minded people can't see beyond the boxes. And I looked directly at him, and I was like programmed, and I was using words like, social construct and all these things. I was looking at him, and then, and I was like, even a person in a bathrobe can achieve all his or her dreams. Like the whole nine. I did the whole nine, And he hated me.
No, that's hard.
He hated me.
This is amazing. Are there any pictures? I don't believe any of the story.
It's a real thing.
I need to see a picture of you giving a speech in a bathrobe. I don't believe it. This too. And then you brought the bathrobe to college?
I was in bathrobe in college, bathrobe in law school. I was a bathrobe person.
You could get the bathrobe off in college in some settings.
Most
but
settings.
Everywhere in the bathrobe kind of crazy.
I mean,
depending on the school.
I wear the bathrobe to most places. I've worn the bathrobe to the White House. Like this is the thing.
Who'd you go see?
When I performed for not a little thing, but it was for a celebration, a ceremony for Persians at the White House for President Biden.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, so I wear the bathrobe. But then when people don't see me in the bathrobe, they're like, where's the bathrobe? It's like, it's not a costume. Like, it's convenience. It's my little...
It's only not a costume because it's only you doing it.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what? There are a lot of other people who started rocking bathrobes now. They're doing pictures. They're doing there was a comedian. I saw a comedian clip. This dude went on stage in a bathrobe. I was like, man, that's my thing.
And it wasn't you?
It was not me. Oh. And it was a Versace bathrobe.
Oh, nah, they can't do that.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that.
They can't do that.
I wasn't a fan of that.
Yeah, that's messed up. If you're going to do it, go somewhere else with it.
Yeah, go be a singer. But I also seen I've seen a lot of singers just kind of post with it. It's a thing. It's become kind of a thing.
I mean, if the boxers had smoked with you, you could respect that. Muhammad Ali came out in a robe.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Back in the day. Yeah, you can respect that. If Floyd Mayweather had beef with you out of nowhere and was like, I don't really like you appropriating boxing culture.
It would be a conversation. I'd be like,
it would be a conversation.
But comedians.
To do comedy in a bathrobe.
Exactly.
In a world where you out here and we know you be having a bathrobe on, yeah, that's crazy.
Exactly.
That's
all
crazy.
I'm saying.
So did you go to college?
Yeah, of course. I went to undergrad.
Perfect SAT, and then I was like, bro, I don't need that.
No,
what they gonna teach me?
I went to go play
aptitude.
Actually, that's the thing. I actually went to go to play basketball, but again, got in trouble. Sheesh, I was just not.
You can't hoop in that robe, son.
No, not because of the robe. I got in trouble because I got in trouble. But then I went to George Mason undergrad for my master's, and then law school.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, you trying to bust somebody bracket? Yeah. George Mason. Yeah. They got there. Through while we was in high school.
Yeah, I was there.
You was like, we're gonna do it again.
Yeah, that was it. Actually, I was there.
Oh, you was there then. Okay.
So that's
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah,
all right.
A good time.
Yeah. What's your favorite color sky?
What's my favorite color sky?
Yeah.
Like when it's that rose color, I guess.
Okay.
You know, like when it's
heavy pollution.
It's the opposite of pollution. I like it when it's the truest sky, where it's right before the twilight of dusk. You know, like that right there. Even though twilight is like right in, I'm talking about right when it hits that dusk.
Okay.
Yeah, that rose color turns purple, gets Robe hazy, and then it reminds you there's a bigger world out there than you.
Yeah. Tehran, I met you on I don't even know, did I introduce you?
Nah.
No, yeah, we got Tehran in the building.
Robert, the bathrobe spoke for itself.
Right.
There's a whole group of people like, who is this person?
Who is this person? Yeah, in the bathrobe.
Who's this homeless person Rob got?
Yeah, what's the Scrubber Dub episode we got going on? Yeah, no, we got Tehran in the building. Just got unleashed.
Always.
Byron Allen just unleashed them.
Yes.
Yeah.
That Comics Unleashed. Have you been on that?
No, I haven't been on that.
You need to go on that. That's a great avenue
I've been watching it for 18 years at least. But I haven't been on it. Yeah,
it's a good avenue for you.
I mean, when it's time, it'll be time. You know, I'm seeing what they're doing now.
Rob, let me tell you something. It's been your time. Like, honestly, man. I've said this from day one. You are ahead of your time. If you were able to have the machine behind you, you'd already be out of there. Not just because you're funny. You have this prolific style. It's very unique. It's very centered to you. You have a great mind. The way you look at things is amazing. Your comedy transcends racial, ethnic, all these divides that people like to say. No, because it's true. And I'm not saying that because you're here. You know that I say this. I said this to you. I've said this behind your back.
Hey, man.
Because look, if y'all don't, for those who don't know me, obviously I do comedy. We've brought that up.
Yeah.
But in LA, there's a couple gatekeepers. And even though I'm at the Z list of the gatekeepers in a way that I am one, because I have the keys at the Laugh Factory, that's my home base.
Sure.
And more importantly, I know a lot of the right people, and so I put people in positions when I can. The thing about Rob, if you have never seen his comedy, you're missing out.
Come on.
There are only certain people that have crossover appeal, and I mean that not urban versus mainstream. I mean crossover from mainstream to global. I'm talking about like somebody who's so specific and unique that you're like, that's him. That he's got the thing. Most people, you've seen me. I don't give comedians the time of day.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I'm like, hey, I'm like, yeah, you're never gonna make it, buddy. Like, sure, sure, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Rob got it.
Hey man, I appreciate it. I appreciate the love.
But I think your peers feel that way.
The space that you've given me to do my craft and whatnot. And also it's been dope to watch you. You hold down a whole lot of time on the top of the show. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
Yeah,
it's like, he be out there spilling it out. Hey, respect. You know?
Now I headline the show because I don't want to I want everybody to go, and then because the problem is especially on my night, most of the crowd is just there to see me.
Yeah.
So that's why I like being able to introduce comedians to that crowd so that they get exposure. Thankfully, it's a lot of industry. It's a lot of different people.
Yeah.
And it's usually a good amount of people, especially on a Thursday night. That kind of crowd. My birthday show is like a LA holiday.
Come on.
It shuts down the city. So it's like certain shows that I do that are just like good shows, and I want to be able to open doors for other people. And I've seen that because I've seen it from people like Tiffany Haddish. And I've seen people like Kevin Hart. You know, Kevin Hart he doesn't have to help anybody ever. I mean, he's his own, you know, I'm not a businessman, I'm a business, comma, man.
Right.
He's that.
Right.
And yet Kevin Hart constantly opens the doors for other comedians and his friends and the Plastic Cup Boys. Tiffany Haddish does that very much. She'll put out a product, whatever it is, and she has all people in. And I want to be able to do that on the ground level when it comes to comedy clubs, getting their name out there and making their way up.
Tehran, how'd you start stand-up? How'd you get into it?
I got into a lot of trouble in DC.
Okay.
Was trying to figure out what I wanted to do.
When you say trouble, you mean like real,
trouble.
like get on the ground, like that
trouble.
type of trouble?
Trouble,
okay,
for sure. So then, basically, what happened was while I was trying to figure out and make moves, I saw there was a TV show on, what was that channel called? It was Canadian MTV. I forget the name of the channel. It was called
Much Music.
Maybe Much.
Okay,
and then I saw a guy, light-skinned, black eye, fro, great smile, tell jokes in between music videos or things and have a talk. And that guy's name was Mikey Winfield. Now, that was his first thing. So I saw a guy named Mikey Winfield do comedy, and I was like, if he can do this, I can do this. Because that's how important representation is. Is when you see someone that looks like you think you can do whatever they're doing. And here's the thing. I wasn't a kid. I was like 21. It wasn't like I was like 15 or 10 or 7. I was a grown up. I was a grown up. And I saw somebody that looked like me do something that I felt like I could do. Maybe I was even like 23. So first, Maximini, who's also a comedian, put me on his show to perform. And he told me, don't just host, I want you to perform.
Shout out Maximini.
Big time.
Yeah.
Because at that time I was throwing like events and parties in the DC area. And I was very popular. And so comedians would come in and I would promote their shows. Russell Peters, Maximini came in. He was like, but you host, but do comedy. That was the first bug. Then Maz Jobrani came in and allowed me the space to be on the show, do a guest spot. And when I came off, he was like, look, you've got it. If you got to either take it seriously or just don't do it. And if you want to do it seriously, you got to move to LA or New York. And that's when I moved to LA. So I went to go see Mikey Winfield, met the owner of the Laugh Factory. Mikey was supposed to perform that night. He did not end up performing, but I met the owner of the Laugh Factory, Jamie Masada, and after talking with him, I was like, I'm a comedian, blah. He's like, okay, buddy, you can do Monday. Come Monday. So I went there. I stayed. He didn't know I didn't live in LA. I stayed there Monday, performed, sold out the show. He wasn't even there, but he was like, buddy, everyone say you funny, buddy. You can have every Monday yours. But he didn't know I lived in DC. So I used to fly back and forth every single Monday. I would take Virgin America. Flights were $99 each way. I would come to LA, take the bus, get to the Laugh Factory, perform the show, push as many tickets as possible.
How much would you make on the show?
I would not make enough money on the show, but I was like basically breaking even for flying there and going back.
Right.
I wasn't getting paid like that yet.
Yeah.
So, but it was an opportunity and I had to take it.
So when you come out here, where you staying? Like, how you doing
I'm
that?
not staying.
You just straight.
I do the show. Then I have to take the flight. That's where the Robe come in handy. I used to take the flight right
to the
back.
airport.
Exactly. I used to have to get back on a bus and make that flight so I can make my class the next day. So it was my last year of law school. So I had to do all that.
Wait, law school?
Yeah.
You a lawyer?
I am. Well, technically speaking, like I'm not a lawyer, no. But technically speaking, I'm graduate.
You went to law school?
Yeah.
You passed the bar?
I don't practice at all. Yeah, I don't practice.
You passed the bar and you practice law?
I do not practice. That's what I'm saying.
But you did?
I never practiced.
You never practiced?
Nah.
You just in the game.
I just finished it and there was more and that was it. And I was just like, I just wanted to be done.
Well, so you just got a law degree and you ain't even try to use it?
Nah. My thing is, first of all, with education, we should all, especially as minorities, be as educated as possible. That's my number one thing is like every minority should be as educated as humanly possible.
So you just out here knowing your rights in a bathrobe.
I'm trying. Yeah.
And like,
sure.
Waiting on somebody, waiting on the next assistant principal to put in their place.
Exactly. So that's the thing. That's the thing I played off. Yep.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And so isn't law school expensive?
It is expensive. Thankfully, there were some scholarships, and then I've been paying back a loan that I will pay back in another 52 years. So let's see how that works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang,
but that's the thing, because
somebody could have used that scholarship to want to actually, it
was a partial.
free somebody.
It wasn't a full scholarship. It was just a partial scholarship. But at the same time, it's a great education. I actually advocate law school for everybody who's trying to figure it out.
Everybody go to law school.
Yeah, and there's the most amount of students in law schools today than ever in the history of the United States of America.
You know why? We've been reading these court documents as a collective society, and we see that some of these lawyers out here playing games.
Diddy.
Some of these lawyers out here saying Kendrick Lamar is from Oakland, and it's like, well, I know better than that.
Free.
Hey, I can do better than that.
Free Thug. Free Dirk, free. Go down the list.
Right. No, we've been watching a lot of court cases.
We have
and whatnot, and so
between Judge Judy, Judge Wapner, and Judge all of them.
Come on, divorce court,
exactly.
Lower Lake,
we're about it.
Yeah, paternity court,
exactly. So the reason, but when people are like, oh, you're a lawyer, I'm like, no, I don't practice, because then they want me to help them. It's like I cannot help you. Help you. Get a good lawyer who's actually an expert in what it is that you're looking to do.
Do you have an entertainment lawyer?
I have an entertainment lawyer, for sure.
Yourself.
You never want to. I definitely look at my contract myself, but I definitely have an entertainment lawyer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Tehran, have you ever like been with a lady and then you play this because you got the Versace robe? You know what I'm saying? So you need
to play this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a must. and I also lick my lips and just do this. Yo, do you have the rights to this? This is when the law thing comes in hand. Do you have the rights to this?
Hey,
you're
man,
about to get this podcast. You're gonna get this podcast playing like, pull that down.
We got the scientists working on the files. Don't worry about that. Yeah. It's all robots that handle all that legal stuff.
100%.
Yeah, it's really sad.
It's the future.
The future is sad. I didn't want to be in Blade Runner, man. I wanted to just be like Biff Future. You know what I'm saying? Like flying cars, automatic shoes, but still, fax machine.
You wanted this to be which Back to the Future?
Biff Future. Like,
you wanted Biff? Did you not watch hold on, did you not watch that movie? Like, the Biff Future was not a good future.
What you mean? The car driving by playing Sammy Hagar. So basically, you know what I'm saying?
It's
Van
before
Halen.
It's before he gets the
He don't join Van Halen. You know what I mean? I Can't Drive 55. Boom. Who live in the McFly house? A black family.
Okay.
Michael Jackson on the wall. Biff Future lit.
So you mean not the future where he has the casino?
Yeah, he got the casino. He got the casino.
That's not good.
But a black family living in the McFly house.
Because it was the poor neighborhood. That's what they're trying to insinuate by that. They were insinuating that hood, that house that used to be nice is now the hood. Did you not catch that part of the movie?
Nah,
that's what they were insinuating.
I was already offended.
No,
so it wasn't like I was trying to get once it was like, a black family lives here. I was like, man,
no.
Really
that was supposed to be like, yo, that's why the guy came out with like a gun. Like, they're saying that's the hood. Like, that nice neighborhood that was like the neighborhoody whatever that was supposed to be the nice white neighborhood is now infested with the blacks.
Not infested.
That's what they were trying to. That's what.
Oh man,
you didn't see no black people in the rest of that future.
I mean, the mayor in the regular future is in the present. The present mayor is black.
The black mayor.
But every great black in Back to the Future, Marty McFly had to like push him a little bit.
They all named Chuck Berry. He wrote songs for Chuck Berry.
They made it so that white people invented rock and roll for real, and then black people took it from white people.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the mayor, they didn't have that mayor there.
I could be mayor.
He was like, I'm a good black. And then he tap danced, and Marty was like, that's right.
He was down to sweep the diner for the rest of his life.
Exactly.
Until Marty McFly was like, aren't you the mayor? Mayor. I could be man.
And then I was like, get back to work, Negro. Yeah. I watched the movie.
Come on, man. That man went back to the 1800s and did the moonwalk.
That's
now I'm seeing it. I'm
just letting you know. Like, the point of that movie is that's the point of a lot of movies. People don't realize that. What do I have to explain to one of my nieces and nephews? Lion King. You ever watch Lion King?
Lion King.
Okay.
Disney finally makes a movie in Africa. They're like, no people.
Exactly.
No people at all.
But what makes it worse is, so everybody understands that Simba was supposed to be the prince, and then Scar got rid of the dad to be the king, all that stuff. But who are the bad people in the Lion King? The hyenas. Now, here's the thing.
No, the villain in the Lion King is Simba.
It for sure, but no one sees it that way. They think it's the hyenas. They're like, oh, look at the hyenas. What did the hyenas want? They just wanted to eat. They didn't want world domination. Right. They wanted to eat. And people were like, oh, everyone else can eat except for those dark-skinned hyenas. One had Tourette's. One was like, and then they were like, yeah, look at him. He's backwards. Bruh. They just want to eat. And then people were like, but they were eating other animals. What do you think those lions were eating?
Right.
Were they grass-eating lions?
Right. All it was integration.
Yo.
You know?
That's really what it is.
And then they're like, oh, but the lion's starving.
Yeah.
The hyenas been starving.
Yeah, let them starve.
They live in the elephant graveyard.
Let them stay there.
They out here picking old elephant bones because that's all they got to eat.
That's why they called that elephant wood, because it's supposed to be like Inglewood. I don't know if they called it that, but
okay.
You understand.
I understand.
They were like, stay in your place.
I understand.
Yeah.
Scar babysitting Simba, right? And Simba's like, when I become king, what does that make you? Right? I just can't wait to be king. Simba is yelling from the rooftops, I can't wait for Mufasa to die. All Scar said was, let me grant this kid his wish.
You're right. I take care of you.
Right.
Be careful what you wish for.
I just can't. He out here with the leaves around his head. He can't wait for his dad to die.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to give it to you. Here you go.
A lot of people don't know. Hakuna Matata means stay in your place, Negro. That's actually what it translates to. A lot of people don't like.
I think it means no worries for the rest of your days.
Who told you that? The white man.
A warhog.
Exactly.
A warhog.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't know them.
And I don't even know what Timon is.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You got to watch that stuff, man. Got to pay attention. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
Look at Jafar. Jafar had a peaceful kingdom. Jafar was running that kingdom amazingly. Aladdin had no he had directorial skills. He lied the whole time.
The street rats was out there. There was some poverty.
He owed people money.
Aladdin didn't have a shirt.
People money.
Now, I mean, I don't know if you might not be able to relate. He had just straight vest to chest. He ain't had no shirt.
But because it's like Jafar, look, that big-nosed Arab. That's how they get them, bro. That's how they indoctrinate the youth. That's how it works.
The genie was a slave.
That's all I'm saying.
The genie was a slave.
And then who they get to play the genie?
Robin Williams, a writer from the Richard Pryor show.
Who they get to play in the live action?
Oh, Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Okay.
See how that comes back? Full circle. Full circle.
I didn't see the whole circle way.
Yeah, so the circle.
Okay.
Yeah. Genie's a slave.
Will
Smith.
Oh, okay.
Will Smith.
Emancipation
That's
is
how it
just
works.
Another Aladdin.
Exactly.
I got you.
A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that.
Tehran, I met you on Clubhouse.
Yeah, Clubhouse. That was a time. That was an era.
Yeah. What impressed me about you is you were so quick. I would talk to you sometimes on there. I'd be like, this guy is in another stratosphere as far as like, yeah, your brain firing off. And I was like, I probably pissed this guy off. He's probably like, this guy talks so slow.
Nah.
I actually bored out of my mind.
On Clubhouse, once, another thing where, let's be real, on Clubhouse, that was an era.
It was an era. Everybody wasn't necessarily being themselves. Some people were like, this is my opportunity to be someone else.
100%.
And when I met you, and I was like, oh, Tehran is that dude from Clubhouse.
I'm the same
That's
person.
amazing. I didn't know that could be a dude.
Yo.
Like me and you on Clubhouse, was like,
yo,
man, this guy is killing it in the living room. There's no way he's like that in person. And then when I saw you in person, I was like, oh, no. He's just like that.
Acts like this. That's the thing. When you were on Clubhouse, that's when I knew you were funny. was off Clubhouse because you had fun. Look, everybody thought they had something to contribute. Most people could have just put on mute. We did not need their voice.
Right.
We did not need their voice.
Yeah.
There were a few people whose voices were necessary, and yours was one of them.
I would have fun.
100%.
Because it was like, this is an opportunity for me to cook in real time and 100%. People like see it. I would be having fun even in back channels.
100%.
We wouldn't even necessarily be in front of an audience. We would just be kicking it and I'm having a blast. Yeah.
There are certain people on Clubhouse who stood out. I remember Leah Lamar and Nicole Benham. They went on their own path. They went for a run. Then there was people like Wallonius. Wallonius had his own. And he had his own thing. Right. And then there was like Queen. Queen started a whole. There were certain people, and of course there were names. There were, Wack had his own. He had his Clubhouse Mafia. There were certain names who had their things. Rundown started gaming on it. A lot of people did. And then fortunately, I was also in a position for comedy on Clubhouse. Toxic Terror on Tuesday, doing the Clubhouse thing. We did Laugh Factory. We did all the little...
That's the thing. The Laugh Factory had a channel.
Yes.
But I just assumed the people in the Laugh Factory channel really weren't Laugh Factory people. So I would see you in there and I'd be like, man, does this dude even be at the club?
Because there were a lot of people who talk like that.
Yeah. Remember they had like 3 days straight nonstop of people talking about the state of comedy.
Yeah.
Until people fell asleep. There was like shifts. There were like all kind of people in there.
Yeah.
And it's just like some of these people just were brand new to comedy, but everybody's in the house.
And they're by the way, on Clubhouse, the brand new to comedy people, they were talking like they've been doing comedy for 20 years. They were talking way more.
The easiest thing to do in the game is to complain.
Yeah.
That's the easiest. You can complain on day one. You could be like, man, they hating on me. Man, they don't want to put somebody like me on, but you could get all that off early.
Yeah.
Before you even know who you are, before you know how to take the mic out the mic stand, before you even know how to nod for the light, anything, you can complain. And so that I've never like now I've learned that, and I've learned, okay, just because somebody complains like somebody who's been in it for a minute
doesn't mean they've been in it for a minute. That don't mean
anything. I'm never hearing that and being like, well, I gotta mess with this person now.
Never.
Because anybody can complain.
And so I'm not a complainer, especially when it comes to stuff. I was like, we don't have to do this. We get to do this. Every single thing that we do in this is basically on our own merit.
Yeah.
And now comedy is more democratized than ever because of social media and the way we are accessible to all the audience. Not just the audience we bring to an establishment, but the whole world is our audience. So on Clubhouse, I had these rooms, building them. A lot of people would come into Laugh Factory, act like they were, never seen them at the Laugh Factory. I've never seen them. Some comedians were so new, or some were just from different places that didn't know me. Right. And so they were like, oh, they thought they were the senior comedian until a big name comedian came in and then would show me a lot of respect. And then they'd be like, yo, who is this person?
Right.
Who is this person that every big name comedian is showing like love to? And I mean, Clubhouse, I was the icon for a minute. So
hey, man,
that's a real thing.
It was one day you and Clayton was going back and forth about Marvel comics in a way that made me feel like, did I ever really mess with comics?
Yeah.
Did I ever really, did I really give it an effort?
CT is dope, and that's his Instagram handle, but it's also the truth. He is dope.
What are your hobbies? What do you like to do now? What are you into now outside of stand up?
I do a lot of reading.
Yeah.
I watch certain shows. I actually watch a lot of YouTube, which has become a thing.
Me too. What do you watch on YouTube?
I go down the rabbit holes of information.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of information?
Obscure information, ideas of why certain things happen, meaning ideological information, philosophy.
Okay.
Scientific things. Yeah. I like learning constantly.
I imagine stuff like that finds you now, but like, what were you searching for to like get the algorithm going in that direction?
Specifically, I would search for historical things, but outside of just facts. I'm talking about like historical analysis. I would search for, I would look for a lot of physics, especially astrophysics.
Okay.
I would search for a lot of philosophy, whether it's Nietzsche or Kant or whoever, go down the list. I would do that, and just all of a sudden now that's my wall.
Yeah.
That's my algorithm.
You on the computer? You on the TV with it?
I'm on the TV with it.
Okay.
I'm on the TV with it.
That I think we gotta put a marker in time of when YouTube went from being just a laptop phone experience to
full TV.
full everybody can do it on the TV.
It's actually the most viewed thing. Platforms are not even close. The other ones aren't even close.
No, YouTube's my go-to. Cause this is the thing. A lot of stuff that's on YouTube, my life would be different had I known it was gonna be there. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, had I known every episode of Oprah that I ever cared about was gonna be on YouTube, I'm getting to that homework earlier.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Like, had I known, like, anytime somebody was on late night was gonna be on YouTube, I'm going to bed early. I'm coming to, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming to school with more rest.
No, it's the Matrix. You know, remember when Neo would plug in and then learn something? You can do that off of YouTube. You can watch something and learn how to do something. So
it's always some little kid teaching me how to fix my car.
That's what I'm saying. And that's actually almost all media entertainment. We used to go to the store, Tower Records on Tuesdays, buy an album, and that was our album for that week at least, maybe even the month. That was it. We listened to it on repeat and tore that album up.
A week or two, it's a bad album, and I still listen to the whole thing. I still squeezed all the juice out of a bad album if I purchased it.
If you purchase it. Yeah. Now, we have all the music all the time. I can listen to everything. Any piece of music that's ever been made in the history of music, and some that should have never been made, I can just listen to.
Right. And most of them,
for the same price,
convenient.
By the way. For the same price.
Most of them, it's convenient. And the ones that aren't convenient, I can still find somewhere.
Exactly. The price of one album, I have all the music all the time, all year long.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. So now we have YouTube. Now we have I also, by the way, been watching The Boys and Gen V. If you don't know about Gen V's fire.
Okay.
Gen V's fire. So I like that kind of TV. And then I play basketball.
Yeah, what position did you play?
So I played a 1 or a 2.
Okay.
So mostly a shooting guard, but now all the positions have kind of blended together. Like you can be a 6'6" guard, you know. They just have a lot of things that blend. Like the 1 through 4 is very interchangeable.
You playing a pickup game, you're just doing what you know how to do.
Exactly. In a pickup game, you're just playing. So, and I play in some very good runs. So, that's a real thing. And there are comedians that can ball. Not all comedians can ball. Most comedians cannot ball. But there are comedians that can ball. Shout out to Kevin Tate.
Okay.
Shout out to who else can ball? Do you know comedians that can ball? I'm trying to think.
Vincent
Lulu
Bryant.
Gonzalez.
Okay.
I've never played with Vincent, so I don't know, but he feel a little small, but so I wonder how good he is. Maybe he's a shooter.
Deceptively tall, but also he can ball.
I like to, BT Kingsley is a defensive specialist, like a hardest worker.
Okay.
He can't specifically ball, but I will pick him up.
Man, these people don't never hit me with the games. Yeah. Me and Jamel Johnson, we play all the time. We play a lot of 1-on-1. We do a lot of runs and whatnot.
Yeah, not full. But like Corey Holcomb, I heard he could ball. Okay. I seen one little thing he did. I was like, oh, he's got a little, but people were talking about how he used to ball back in the day. So yeah, there's comedians that could ball.
That's wild.
But not most comedians who are like, I'm a baller, you're like, okay.
I like to have fun.
You're fun. You're not even funny.
I'm not necessarily. I'm never gonna be. I do talk the whole time I play, but it's not like trash. It will just be like it's just me being me. But I will, if somebody's guarding me, I'll be like, yo, I ain't cut my nails today.
My boy Cam on SNL What's Cam's last name?
Patterson.
Cam Patterson.
Yeah,
He could ball.
Yeah.
He could ball.
I saw him in the Netflix as a joke game or whatever.
Yeah. We played in that. I was playing in a bathrobe.
Oh, wow.
You didn't see that? You didn't go.
I was hating.
You didn't go to the game.
Yeah. No, Netflix is a joke. First year I went to New York.
Yeah.
I was like, if a lot of people out there not gonna be doing spots, let me go to New York, take their spots. And then the next year I was here, but yeah.
Yeah, and the LA one, I've only been to the LA one, and we have that game, the Netflix is a joke game, so I get to play in that. And you know, a lot of the comedians out there, shout out to Beast Mode, he was our coach this year.
Okay.
So, you know.
It was on TV. It was televised.
It was recorded, but I don't know where it was placed.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah, Sklar Brothers.
I guess Netflix ran out of space.
They probably.
I guess Netflix ain't had no room for that one. That's crazy. They recorded it, but it's Netflix, so we ain't have a time slot.
Not enough content. Yeah, it's too much content. Yo, let's get this other random show. Let's put this in. But yeah, it's always a good time. Sklar Brothers were the hosts.
Okay.
Yeah.
The commentators were not.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Shout out to the Sklar Brothers, man.
They're very funny.
I've gotten the pleasure to work with them on a couple of things. Yeah.
Who's your favorite comedian?
My favorite comedian?
Of all time and also just now time.
Of all time and then of now time. Of all time, I'd probably say Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Like there's a connection from Bring the Pain, and then also, I don't know, there's like a level of just professionalism, but also just like killing that I feel like I don't know if anybody's bottled up the same way, you know?
I understand.
But then what was the other one?
Now Time.
Now Time. I really like CP. I really like
CP's a star.
CP is a genius.
CP's a star.
Yeah. No, if you get a chance to watch CP in person, make sure you watch comedian CP. Yeah, he's hilarious.
I get that.
Yeah. How about you?
I'm going to go with Chappelle of all time. And even if it was Now Time, I would pick Chappelle again.
Okay.
But just Chappelle's the best to me. Like when I watch him, it's the kind of comedy that I aspire to.
Yeah.
It's just, to me, it's brilliant for the most part. And then if it's going to be Now Time, I might have to go with, I love what Nate Jackson's putting out right now. And I love, who just dropped their special on YouTube? I hate when I forget names for a second. It's my dude, too. I got to think of the name.
Okay. Hey, whoever you are that dropped that special on YouTube.
No, you would know.
Hey,
you know who it is.
Shout out, man.
You'll know who it is.
Hey, man.
Go through.
Hey,
he was just on
go on
Breakfast
YouTube
Club.
And type in comedy special.
He was.
You gonna find.
I hate when I forget.
You gonna find who got the shout out. Oh, we got one rule on this podcast. We don't look nothing up.
Oh, you can't look nothing up.
We don't look nothing up. Sorry, dude.
Smart.
I'm sorry.
No,
yeah.
think about. Okay, black comedian.
Okay, they black. All
black
right.
comedian. Dropped on YouTube.
Just dropped on YouTube.
Was on. Gets a lot of shine. Was on. Issa Rae really likes him. Was on. I think he was on a couple things of Insecure.
Okay.
I don't know why I know the whole resume.
Okay.
Very funny.
Hey, shout out to you.
No, why can't I think of his name?
You ever do a comedy festival?
I've done Edinburgh.
Okay.
I've done Edinburgh.
How is that? I want to do that so bad.
Okay, so I'm going to, first of all, don't just go to Edinburgh.
Okay.
Get the rundown. Don't just go. It is not for you. It is not for you. It's not for you to go. It's not for you to experience.
Not for Rob Haze or
no,
not just
not for American
anybody.
comedians. It's not for black comedians of almost any nationality. And it's not for us. But if you are going to do it, which I do think it's a wonderful experience, go into it with an actual plan. Okay. So, for example, and don't specifically listen to anybody, but you can't go there cold. You can't go there cold.
Don't listen to anybody.
Don't listen to them because they'll be like,
don't do it.
No. Listen, because they'll tell you they'll sell you the dream. Okay, they'll sell you the dream. But even the British black comedians, even the European black comedians are not happy with Edinburgh. They have complained about it time and time again. But then again, American comedians often complain about Edinburgh. If you're a hippie and you just want to go do the bucket shows where you don't get a lot of time, great, go for it.
I'm not going across the pond to do a bucket.
But if you're going there to do the Rob Haze show,
No
if you're
offense.
doing to do, Purple Haze, whatever you call your show, and you go over there, you're going to do that show. You need to know what to do. You need to know that if you're a 1 day, if you're a 1 or 99, meaning that it's the first day you've done comedy and you're at 1%, or you're at 99%, you're on the cusp of being the biggest name in the world, you are the same person. So unless you are Kevin Hart, unless you are Atsuko, unless you're one of those comedians where they've gotten the whole push, no one knows you. So
that's anywhere I go anyway.
But they don't want to know you. So what they'll do is they'll put your poster up and be like, "Oh, everybody will come." No. Oh, everybody's coming. They're not coming. Okay. You have to get out there. You have to promote. Better yet, if you have the budget, you get the promoters. They pass out flyers. The more flyers you pass out, the more people come to your show, period. There is a direct correlation.
All right.
And people will just go and they're willing to try new things. They just don't know. And then you also have to get the write-ups. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to get the reviews. And they don't really respect or like American comedy sometimes. So you have to get the audience that actually likes American comedy, because their type of comedy is not it. Their type of comedy is really good for, excuse me, a John Marco Ceresi, that kind of one-liney type stuff.
Yeah,
if they go up there, they'll do really well. But if you're a comedian where you're going to talk, that kind of stuff and get to punchlines, that's not really what they're built for. Yeah. So you have to tell them it's American comedy. And then that group of either expats or people from there that like that kind of comedy will come to your show. And thankfully, I learned that lesson. My first week, I had a room that sat 160 people because I'm like, I can pull. And they sold me the dream. My first week, maybe 20 people showed up the whole week. I'm talking about like 2 people at the show.
Okay.
Because I listened to what they said. I have the posters, do this, and that's it. No. The next week, because of Sammy Obeid, we decided, we got into the promotion game.
Shout out to Sammy Obeid.
Shout out to Sammy, because that's where he started his evolution.
Okay.
Not comedically, but comedy career-wise. Meaning that before that, Sammy had done a lot of stuff. I mean, Sammy's just a very
did Last Comic
hard-working.
Together. We did NACA together. We hung out. And then Last Comic, they gave rooms to people who were from out of town, but they had nowhere to go for people who lived here. So Sammy came in, crashed in my room before we did Last Comic Center and whatnot. Because I was like, yeah, dog, yeah.
Sammy's good people, bro.
You come over, chill, you know what I'm saying? Get on the shuttle.
Yeah. Sammy and I had shows, and we had shows at the same place, different location in the venue, but at the same venue. And the Gilded Balloon. There are 3 venues that are the major venues, and Gilded Balloon is one of them. So you have to get accepted. It's like a whole process. We have this, we get there, and nobody's showing up to our shows. So we start getting a promotion, paying people, paying the kids, get out there with flyers. We're out there with flyers ourselves, especially right before the show. Next thing you know, you got 60, 80, 100. 2 weeks in, I'm selling out every show. Just selling. Not listening to them, by the way. That's what I'm saying. Not listening to them, meaning the people are like, we've been here. Trust me. You got to do it like this. I don't do a great accent. So then, that was my Scottish accent. Oh, do it like this. Do it
I
like
just
country.
assumed they wasn't from over there. The people who run the festival, they're just from somewhere else.
Exactly. So then you do all the promotion, and then people come to your show. And when you start selling, that's when it's best. And then you can get, because if you do a show, it doesn't matter how good you are. If there's 2 people in the audience and someone's coming there to review it, you're getting a bad review. Yeah. 2 people there, no matter what. And by the way, the 2 people wouldn't even sit next to each other. They'd sit one over here, one over there.
Yeah, but I mean, if you ever been a place and it's just been 2 people, you ain't sitting next to somebody.
But at least both of you sit in the front row. There's only 2 people here.
Yeah.
So that would happen. But Edinburgh was an experience, and I'm so thankful that I did it. But if I could go back, I would have never done it. But I'm thankful that I did it. And then
it's a month long, right?
It is a whole month long.
Doing shows for a whole month.
Exactly. And I was shortlisted to get nominated, so I thought I would stay. And then when I didn't get nominated and I had other stuff, I finished out the run, and I was like, I'm good off this.
Okay.
So good luck with that.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, let me know, but I'll give you the game plan. People, so for example, rent there is not expensive, except for the month of Edinburgh. So they get the same thing they get basically all year from renters for just that month. So rent, if you want to have a decent sized apartment, you have to get a broker, you get an apartment. It costs anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000 for that month. You can get cheap places, but when you pay less, you're getting way less. So I had an apartment, I paid like almost $10,000 for this apartment. I wanted something nicer, close to the venue. There was one that was like 2 blocks away, and when I went to that apartment, it was ridiculous. I was like, why didn't I get that one? She was like, oh, you wanted somewhere closer. Like, yo, use your judgment. This is so much better of an apartment for less. Like, why would you do that? I'm talking about, like, I would have lived in the other apartment.
Dang.
That apartment was amazing. So it was just stuff like that.
10,000 for a month?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like American dollars?
It's American dollars because they use, they were on pounds. So
Mm-hmm.
actually they used the Scottish money, but Scottish pound. But basically it was an expensive experience.
Okay.
And it costs money. And your hope is that you make money by doing your show, but most people don't make money. You're really getting up there. If you have an hour you want to run, that's a great place to run your hour 30 times in 30 days. If you don't get a lot of spots, that's a good place to go get a bunch of spots, little spots here and there, work up, go to the bucket shows, go to this show, go to that show, get on a person show, sure. But for a person who has a show, who's established like yourself, it's only good if you go there for a plan and for a reason. If not, there's nothing there for you.
I mean, I would like a little, like, what appeals to me is like running it 30 times. But I guess if people not there and there's a disconnect, then it's just kind of like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they don't get your sense of humor. So that's why they were like, I was like, I made a flyer, my own flyer, not what they had. I made my own flyer that said American style comedy. My crowd shift was crazy. Because that first time I was using their flyers for the first couple days of me promoting.
Yeah.
And then the crowd would come, but they weren't about the comedy. Then I made my own flyers that said American style comedy, which they told me not to. And that brought the crowd that I wanted. Sold out, brought the crowd that I wanted. They are European or British or Scottish or whatever, but they were looking for a Chris Rock or a Dave Chappelle as opposed to looking for a Jimmy Carr or something like that. And that became the difference.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Would you do a festival in Saudi Arabia?
I would do this festival in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, I would.
Okay.
I've been to Saudi Arabia to do comedy.
Okay.
So I'm actually very surprised about the backlash people are receiving for going to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
I think it's also the way they presented it because a lot of comedians made it sound like they're going for the bag. And nobody likes it when you're just doing something for money, even though most of us do a lot of things for money. I'm sure that person who works at Walgreens isn't working at Walgreens because it's their passion, right?
Yeah.
People who work at Walmart aren't working at Walmart because, like, I grew up wanting to work at Walmart. And if you want to know what's evil, Walmart is Saudi Arabia evil, but we're still utilize it. So when we talk about Saudi Arabia, I see a lot of backlash from a lot of comedians, and I find it very interesting that it's a lot of quote unquote woke comedians, but you're basically saying you can only perform in the United States or Europe because if you're talking about dictatorships, well, 70% of the country of the world is run by dictators.
Yeah.
So basically you can't perform anywhere in the Middle East for the most part. You can't perform in most of Africa. So where do you want? But if someone goes to China, you're not upset. China commits a lot of atrocities as well.
I mean, are you performing for the dictator, or are you just performing somewhere that has?
That's also the misnomer. I feel like people don't realize they weren't going there to perform for MBS or the King of Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
it's a festival that's sanctioned by the government because everything that's done in Saudi Arabia is sanctioned by the government,
right? And
that. All the companies are basically government-run companies, including the gasoline that you pump in your tanks is Saudi Arabian oil for the most part. So Aramco is a company that's also a government entity, American, Arab American oil company. Like, that's where you get a lot of your gas. But
I got electric, but
I also have an electric car. But
you know what I'm saying?
Good for you. What kind of electric car you got?
I don't want to talk about it.
I mean, my electric car, I love my car. I love my car.
A dude with a MAGA hat during the No King Day gave me a thumbs up in my car. So, yeah,
Okay.
dog.
All right.
I didn't feel real good about that. Yeah,
Well, I have a Hummer.
Yeah.
I love the Hummer.
Okay.
But I get it, though. So with everything in Saudi Arabia, it's like, number one, you're not performing just for the role. It's not for the, in fact, they didn't go to most shows. You're performing for the people of Saudi Arabia. It's people. And you can't get progress if your real disconnect is progress, the lack of progress. Well, you can't get progress if you just ignore those people. You go there, Jewish comedians went there, gay comedians went there, black, white comedian, all national. You go there and talk about the things, and for the most part, they talked about all the things on stage.
Didn't they have rules of things they couldn't say?
Sure, and for the most part, most comedians didn't even pay attention to those, to be very honest. Secondly, this is progress. 3 years ago, this was illegal. 4 years ago, this was illegal. 10 years ago, we had to have underground comedy shows in Saudi Arabia. So it was a crime. And so this is how progress starts. You was doing that?
You was out there having speakeasy comedy shows
100%.
in Saudi Arabia?
100%. So we were doing shows like that and even took, why can I not think of comedians today? I can't think of names. I'm always bad with names, but this is like just, so we even took another big name black comedian that I could think of.
Okay.
Let's go Chappelle. Let's
Chris
go
Tucker.
Chris Rock, Chris Tucker. Keep going. Nah, this is
Cedric the Entertainer.
Keep going. Keep going. A lot more controversial.
Harvey.
A lot more controversial.
Cat Williams.
In the Cat Williams realm, but more controversial. Keep going.
Okay.
You know him. Eddie Griffin.
Eddie Griffin
comes out. You know what I'm saying? And just like he did his thing, underground, and then went off too, by the way, in the end. So it was great. But I mean, this was illegal.
Okay.
It was illegal.
Wow.
Women couldn't drive, couldn't attend the shows with the men, the whole nine. Now you see men and women sitting next to each other. Women don't have to cover. I mean, slow motion is better than no motion, and Saudi Arabia is becoming, or at least performatively, trying to be more progressive.
Gotcha.
Good for them.
So
anyone who goes to Saudi Arabia has to be invited. You can't just go to Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Cannot. Like, as a tourist, you cannot. Number two. Number three, what about the people who are culturally from the region? What about those people? You're getting on their cases too? You think Zarna Garg, who's Indian, who had 60, 70% Indian people in her audience, she shouldn't be allowed to perform in Saudi Arabia? Then you also have comedians who have no problems performing in Texas, no problems performing in Alabama, no problems performing places that they take away your abortion rights or this right or that right, or Mississippi or wherever it is, but they have a problem with Saudi Arabia. That's a form, in a way, of American privilege, is to dictate where is okay and where is not, where, these people are good people, those people are bad people. Yo, were you performing comedy in America when they were bombing the shit out of Iraq? Did that mean that you were supporting the bombing of Iraq and Afghanistan and all those places?
If you perform for Bush, maybe. If you performed at
that's the thing. They
Colin
weren't performing
Powell Comedy
for
Jam,
Bush.
then yes, of course.
They weren't performing for that.
If you was at the, you know what I'm saying, Dick Cheney Comic View, then yeah. You would.
But they weren't performing for that. It would be, what if, let's change that. What if Trump owned Live Nation? What if he owned Live Nation and AEG? What would people perform for? That's the thing. It's like they own the rights to everything goes through the government. It doesn't matter. So that's why it just seemed like they were working for the government, but that's not the case. They were performing for the people.
So what's the
1,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 people.
What's the point of bringing all these comedians out there? Showing them a good time.
In order to begin the process of progression towards something, and I don't like saying the westernization, but maybe the modernization of that nation. And that's how it works. You don't just go
right. America's
a very new country. I'm half Iranian, for a lot of people who don't know. I'm half Iranian, half black. So I know there's a cultural divide in a lot of ways. And so you need to understand the culture and the reason there. Everyone goes, I've been to the country of Dubai. Dubai is not a country. It's a city within the UAE. And those cities are run by kings, the sheikhs that own that country. And they're a family that own it. Qatar, same way. Oman,
you can't say it both ways. I was going to try to learn off of you how to say it.
Qatar.
Okay. You put a
Try
little
it.
Qatar.
Qatar. Yeah. So these countries are all like,
I'm gonna
that's
offend
how it works. So
somebody if I say it like that.
basically don't perform in the Middle East. What about Egypt? Well, Egypt is run by the Muslim Brotherhood and another organization that if you knew more about, you would say no to. But because you think of the
Egypt,
Cleopatra,
Africa, I'm that type of
that's
black.
all you know.
Hey.
Like, you don't understand. Like, it's problematic almost anywhere you go. So what are these people supposed to be subjected to constant oppression and no entertainment or no learning? You want to know how Russia, the USSR fell? It's not because of the Cold War. It's because
David Hasselhoff was out there singing.
that was East and West Germany. It was because of a show like The Hendersons, where people in the USSR under oppressive communist rule saw modern Americans live a normal life, and they were like, we want these things too. And that was the push. That's the same thing. You have a young prince coming in who's a lot more progressive than any of the rulers for the past 40 years.
But you don't think that there's some propaganda push? Like if I bring out all these these are the people who the people of the United States listen to. These are people are debating over, oh man, if this candidate would have did this podcast, maybe it would have been different. You know, oh, you got to go on somebody's podcast. Every politician is trying to be on a comedian's podcast right now.
If people were listening to them, then the president of America wouldn't be the guy that it is. This is how you get ideas across, is you bring the people who are thought leaders to places and they're talking. And the people, and it's not like they did knock jokes for an hour.
Yeah.
They did their material for the most part. Okay. Now, there are things where you're like, oh, there's rules, but there's also cultural sensitivities that exist. There's cultural sensitivities that exist, by the way, in the United States too. I wouldn't do a church show and do a lot of things that I may do at the Laugh Factory or the store or the Improv. So we understand cultural reference. We understand age. We understand these things. Well, we understand it in these contexts. Same thing. There's things that culturally, just in general, are more sensitive in the Middle East than they are here. And by the way, before I be like, oh, look at them backwards people. Guess what? Been around a very long time.
Okay.
Been around a very long time. So you can't just erase or eradicate 5,000 years of history over, 50 minutes of America just being like, well, we're American and we do things like this, so everyone has to do it like that. It doesn't work that way. Just doesn't.
All right.
That's all I'm saying. When people go to Nigeria, what, Boko Haram isn't there? I mean, where is okay? Where is acceptable? Oh, we can all perform in the UK? A lot of this stuff is the UK's fault. So
probably the Laugh Factory Thursdays at 10 o'clock. You know what I'm saying?
That's Tehran Thursday,
probably,
baby.
Yeah,
that's the safest place to
super
perform.
Acceptable. Yeah,
that's the safest place to perform.
So
I understand people being up in arms, but the backlash going against fellow comedians and just like, well, I feel this, so I must be right. Yo, that's not even how it goes.
I mean,
there's
you
a lot to it.
for the comedians. I remember one time I was telling you about I apologized for something that I did. You was like, yo, never apologize.
You're a comedian. You don't cater to the crowd.
But what if I feel like I was wrong?
What were you wrong about? Did you feel like you were wrong in your heart? Or did you feel, were you told you were wrong and you were like, it's easier to apologize than to make my point?
I was trying to make a point, right? And then I was just making a joke. I was just making a joke based off of something that I saw.
Yeah.
And then my observation was challenged, and then I learned. And then through that, I was like, not only did I apologize, I also was like, hey, here's what I learned.
That's great. That's growth. What you said, was it funny?
It was funny.
That's your job. Your job is to be funny.
Because
they're not mutually exclusive.
Right.
You can be funny and you can also learn and grow. But you do not need to apologize for being funny, because not only is that your job, it's the last vestige of freedom of speech. Your job is to be absurd because you push that envelope, you push that boundary to allot for the freedoms. Freedom of speech, just like democracy, justice, liberty, it's uncomfortable. So is the Constitution. That's why police always try to get you to get rid of the Constitution. Like, why don't you just tell us your name? Because it's I have the right to not to. I have the right to remain silent.
Okay.
I know it doesn't make it easy for you, but this is how this works. It's uncomfortable until it's your turn and you need it. It's inconvenient until you need it. So when I say when you apologize, you're setting a precedent. Just because I'm offended doesn't mean I'm right.
But it wasn't about offense. It was just really about like, hey, you're saying that something was you're looking at something as unintentional and you're making assumptions, and actually it was intentional, and it's intentional because this. Like I had made a joke on a podcast about the black people in Oppenheimer, not knowing that there were black people who helped with making the gadget.
For sure.
But then I also found out about racism.
Your Oppenheimer joke was very funny, by the way. I actually think I mentioned how funny it was.
Yeah.
I think I commented on that.
Yeah. But then also I found out that some of the black people were not invited to the testing and stuff, so they probably didn't get some of the cancer and health issues because of racism. It was like, yeah, you can work on it over here, but you can't come to Oklahoma, So it's like,
hey, by the way, your joke was hilarious when you made it. True. You're not a historian.
I'm not a historian.
And on top of that, when people, it's like, ha ha ha, sure, oh, that wasn't fair. Tuskegee experiment. I don't need to hear about this, okay? What I do know is that you are a person who makes very funny jokes, and then you also learn how to grow. At the Laugh Factory, we had a situation which I think is very famous in comedy world with Kramer. Michael Richardson, the comedian.
Oh, okay.
Comes in, has
I was
a breakdown.
like, yo, Kramer, a fictional character. He wasn't up there. But yeah.
Has a breakdown.
Michael Richards,
Has a breakdown.
You could talk.
Worked on Seinfeld, so everyone was excited to see him, but he
Mm-hmm.
wasn't a stand-up. Stand-up is a skill set. We just make it look easy. People around like, maybe I'll do stand-up. I used to be a rapper, but maybe I'll do stand-up. Okay, cool. It's a skill set.
Yeah.
Even T.I. has been working on that craft.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember when he first came in, he thought he could just do it. But now he's been working on it. And now you see it's a little different. It's a lot like, okay, T.I. Same thing, social media people. Trevor Noah comes in, but now he's worked on it. This guy's now become a true stand-up. Okay, skill set. We make it look easy. Michael Richardson came off Seinfeld, wanted to start doing stand-up just because, he needed an outlet. His show failed.
And then 98, this around 2006, 2007.
Exactly. So he goes in, and he goes on stage, and for the first 2 minutes, just standing applause. It's like, oh, it's Kramer.
Wait, this was his first time?
It wasn't his first time, but this was like.
You can talk.
It wasn't his first time, but he didn't do stand up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he did improv. He did everything, but he was up on stage, and I guess nobody was laughing at his jokes, and there was people talking upstairs, and he went off on the people upstairs. He went off, and he went off specifically on black people upstairs, even though
he was bombing for everybody.
He was bombing for everybody. B, it wasn't even the black people who were talking. And C, he went off and started using all the racials, all the N-words. We used to hang you, the whole thing. If you haven't seen it, it's a thing. Now, the reason I bring this up is...
He said we. He didn't say they. He didn't say back in the day.
He did
somebody
say
else.
day.
He said we like he was involved.
Exactly. So, because he was.
We used to tie you up. Wait, whoa.
What are you doing?
Get out of here.
Now, here's the thing. Chris Rock actually made this point. It's not that what he just said was racist. The bigger crime was it just wasn't funny.
No.
It wasn't funny. You're a comedian. You couldn't even handle a little heckle. Like, it wasn't funny. If you had found a way to make it super funny, a la a Dave Chappelle, then everybody would have felt very differently about what happened.
Right.
You didn't make it funny. You made it negative from where you come from. So just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. But on the flip side, just because you're offensive doesn't mean you're funny. There's a fine line in between. That's comedy. And that's where you are a lot of times, that fine line.
Okay.
So even your Oppenheimer joke, which was hilarious, was that fine line. It was very funny. So anyone who took it offensively, I don't know how you ran into the one black person that stayed alive from back then.
It was the internet.
They stayed alive and they were like, well, actually, they can well actually you about everything. They will well actually you out of love. They will well actually you out of happiness. They will actually you out of creativity. Don't let them. Don't let them. Unapologetic. Our sense of humor was different.
Mm-hmm.
You don't believe me? The same movies that you like, watch those same movies. Home Alone, Macaulay Culkin, he was basically a sociopath. He like had no problems causing pain.
Bit.
Like he wished his family were gone. Yeah. They were gone. He didn't know that they were alive and in Paris. He thought that he wished them death. Yeah. Did not at all grieve their loss until he was hungry and he missed them doing things for him. Then 2 burglars. Did he call the police? No. He was like, I'm gonna torture them.
But if he called the police, then he know that, they're gonna know.
He's home alone?
He's
exactly.
home alone.
The little sociopath didn't even want grown-up supervision.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is the sense of humor, though, whether it's National Lampoons or any of these shows that we or movies that we look up to, it's changed. So something that someone said 15 years ago, 20 years ago, 50 years ago is very different. You used to watch
Zach Morris had the secret messages on the back of tapes. Forget all consent. Every girl at the school like them because they hypnotized a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you watch something like I Love Lucy or the Honeymooners, bro, they used to threaten to beat their women. Like,
right.
Lucy, I'll beat you.
Yeah.
Like, yo,
I'll send you to the moon.
Exactly. Pow to the moon. I was to the moon.
Yeah.
Yo, when you watch those things, it's like, it was back then. But we're not canceling Lucy. We're not canceling. So that's why I was like, and I even gave you the don't apologize speech.
Tehran, where can the people find you? What would you like to tell them to promote?
Well, first of all, find me at Tehran Thursday all across the board, like every Thursday at the Laugh Factory, 9:45 p.m. It's the funnest show. I'm not going to say it's the funniest show, but it's definitely the funnest show in Hollywood. So if you're in LA, definitely be there. Also, I'll probably be in a city near you. I'll be in New York. I'll be in Connecticut. I'll be in Houston, Vegas. Houston, Atlanta, Vegas, I'm doing all the cities. And then, of course, like Europe and Middle East, all those things. But find me on social media all across the board at I am Tehran. Tehran is like the capital of Iran. So if you don't know how to spell it, just watch Fox News.
Okay.
Literally, they talk about it every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We didn't even talk about Charlie Kirk.
Yeah. Well, we ran out of time. Hey, if you're in Ann Arbor, December 26th through 28th, I'll be at the Ann Arbor Comedy Showcase. Make sure you check that out. Also, Rob Haze at Rob Haze on everything. This is the Inconsistent Podcast with Rob Haze.
You don't want to talk about Israel-Palestine, bro?
Hey, next time, man. Next time, man. We'll talk about all that, man. Yeah.
I'm never be back. You never have me back.
Oh, man, you were great.
Yo, I appreciate you.
Thanks so much for doing it.